Hello, this is Mark Satterfield, and welcome to the Velvet Rope Playbook. Tonight's chapter, The Cart Girl Close, the high-end art of the playful upsell. Today's story isn't about real estate. It's not about consulting or financial services. It's about beer and golf and a cart girl named Kameron Centennial, who frankly understands sales psychology better than most professionals with a LinkedIn bio and a funnel. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand why the best upsells don't feel like sales at all. They feel like play, like inside jokes, like momentum. But before we dive into today's episode, if you want to get better at selling to the affluent in ways that feel effortless, elevated, and natural, go to getwealthyclients.com. Once you're there, you can request a free copy of my Amazon #1 best-selling book, The Affluent Marketing Blueprint, and unlock a library of resources designed to help you build trust, spark desire, and sell with subtlety. That's getwealthyclients.com. Now back to today's chapter. I'm playing around with Danny Monroe. You remember him from our earlier chapter about when to bring up business on the golf course. We've just made the turn when Danny taps my arm and says, "That's her, the one I told you about. Best damn cart girl in the entire world." Kameron Centennial pulls up in her cart. Cool as can be, wind in her hair, confidence in her smile. Danny says, "Hey, Kameron, tell Mark why you're so good." Without missing a beat, she says, "Well, first of all, I'm real pretty." And to be honest, she's not wrong. She grins and then adds, "But I've also got a shtick. That's what gets results." She explains. It's usually 4 guys out playing. They each grab a beer, so that's 4. Then I say, "We've got a special, 6 beers for a deal." They look at each other, do the math, and say, "Sure." But then I go, "Hey, that's not really fair. 2 of you don't get a second." That's how friendships end. So they laughed, and now we're up to 8 beers. She pauses just long enough for effect. Then I say, "Gentlemen, 8 beers and no snacks? That's borderline neglect." So we're adding salty snacks. But that's just the opener. I'll circle back around a few holes later. One of them misses an easy putt. I give him a slow clap, just sarcastic enough. His friends love it, and they buy more beers. Then I say, "I got a sale on 6, and we start things over. Kameron shrugs like this isn't a masterclass. It's just about knowing how to keep the party going without ever sounding like you're selling anything. Now here's what Kameron gets right. She's not offering more. She's offering momentum. Every upsell is a punchline, a callback, a continuation of the experience. And more importantly, she never breaks the mood. She doesn't say, "Would you like to buy more?" She's communicating, "This is how we keep this fun." And they say yes, not because they need more beer, but because they want her to stay in the moment with them. She's turned herself into a character in their afternoon, and the cart, it's a rolling stage. So now, how do you take Kameron's slow clap beer hustle and apply it to high-end professional services? Let's look at a few examples. Real estate. You're working with buyers looking in the $3 million range. You say casually, "Before we wrap today, I want to show you one more. It's slightly above your range, $3.6 million, but it will give you a sense for what changes just above that threshold." You walk them through the house. The finishes are cleaner. The layout flows. The light hits differently. You don't sell the house. You let the comparison do the work. And suddenly every $2.9 million listing feels like a compromise. That's an upsell. Subtle, experiential, and impossible to reverse engineer once they've felt the difference. Or how about concierge medicine? A client books a comprehensive health assessment. After the consultation, the provider says, "You're in excellent shape, but given your travel schedule and the demands you're under, I'd recommend adding our performance optimization protocol. It's a low-frequency, high-impact, IV support, neuro-recovery, micronutrient mapping. Most of our premium clients integrate it once they see baseline results." This isn't a pitch. It's a repositioning of care as elite performance infrastructure. The price is higher, but the identity match is stronger. They're no longer a patient. They're a peak asset. Or maybe high-end interior design. A couple signs on for a room-by-room redesign of their main residence. Midway through, the designer says, "I'm going to show you something, not because you need it, but because I want you to see what continuity feels like." She opens a 3D model that integrates the same aesthetic into their second home in Aspen. You've already made the design decisions. It wouldn't take much to carry this through. That's the emotional upsell. She's not selling more furniture. She's selling cohesion, lifestyle continuity, and the subtle flex of consistency across properties. So here's the real lesson from Kameron Centennial and every one of today's examples. The best upsells don't feel like sales tactics. They feel like natural next steps in an experience the client wants to stay inside. They're not driven by urgency or pressure. They're powered by presence, timing, and emotional calibration. Kameron didn't just push product. She read the moment, added energy, and gave her buyers a reason to keep the fun going. Great upselling is about elevation, not escalation. You're not just offering more. You're offering a more aligned version of who the client wants to be. And when you do that right, clients don't resist the upsell. They thank you for introducing it. This is Mark Satterfield. Thanks for listening to this chapter of the Velvet Rope Playbook. If you're enjoying these podcasts and want to get better at selling more products or services to the affluent, head over to getwealthyclients.com and you can request a free copy of my latest Amazon #1 bestseller, The Affluent Marketing Blueprint. That's getwealthyclients.com. Thanks again for listening. I'll be back at you soon with another chapter in the Velvet Rope Playbook. Bye for now.